Ordo Malleus versus the Imperial Guard. Two factions that we've had a little bit of a drought of recently, but Lord Commissar, one of the better options to say the least, against the Ordo Malleus, actually able to tango a little bit, just a little bit, with the Grey Knights in melee. Unfortunately for Seraf here, playing as the Lord Commissar, he's on a reskin of Vulcan Pits, which is not the best map for IG. It looks like this reskin actually features less tank traps though, which is kind of cool. We've got tank traps over here. Over here. Wait, weren't these tank traps before? Who made this reskin? I feel like this reskin is just a massive buff to IG. There seems to be way less tank traps than I remember. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, these right here, these green tank traps, they can't be crushed by sentinels. So they cause quite a few problems for the IG player when things like Strike Squad are hiding behind them and being a pain. There's like a weird fogginess on this map, isn't there, as well? Anyway, we've got the usual tight build coming out from the Ordo Malleus, focusing on gens early on. Wasn't able to... Wait! Oh, this map's changed the VP and the power as well. Oh my god, I didn't even realise that was swapped. What? That's kind of weird. I don't even know how to feel about that. Crazy. Anyway, Lord Commissar here trying to put in some work. Bled two IC models there. I mean, you're not going to bleed actual Grey Knights. Not until you get your power sword on him anyway and get a bit more DPS coming out. Not seeing any sergeants on the guardsmen yet. Mostly just running around capping with them. This is good play to optimise your wreck income. You get a lot more upkeep when you get the sergeant. Not to mention, of course, he costs wreck as well. So it delays your inevitable Kadashan Devils, which are now going to be coming out nice and fast. You might start seeing some guardsmen sergeants coming out afterwards. Generally, probably don't need two in this matchup. There's not a lot that really your guardsman is particularly strong against. They're pretty much, well, really just the light infantry, and the Grey Knights don't have many options in regards to that. You know, IST, which they're not going to be getting a lot of. Operatives, which they're probably not going to be getting either. They're going to be focusing on things like Purgation. So we'll see what else he's going to be getting. No gens yet though, which is rather odd. I think that's a bit of a mistake. Well, maybe not actually. He's got a lot of power. Maybe just going for the double Kadashan straight away. So generally you counter Kadashans with Purgation, but this is made more difficult with a Lord Commissar who's quite tanky, can run in and tie up the Purgation. This is a strange error here from Pax. Needs to actually have the Purgation healing in the base, not sending out in the open with half HP. It's not exactly ideal. Yeah, super low HP on these Purgation. I don't know why they weren't healing in base. Now they're going to be really vulnerable to the Sentinel. Sentinel will have to get moving a little bit with the Strike Squad encroaching. But it doesn't have the Stomp, so I don't know why the Strike Squad aren't going for it. Wow, really? Not killing a Purgation model? Are you serious? 120 HP and 3 models there on the Purgation. Brilliant. Oh, that's another thing with this map. They changed it to add some garrisons here. I think I do prefer this map. I'm not going to lie. I think I prefer this variant. Very, very brave with the Purgation that were starting to look immortal. Finally one falls there from the Sentinel. Now obviously, Sentinel being a single entity that you can't suppress. Very, very hard counter to the Purgation. Ooh. What was that? I thought maybe we'd see an Old Reliable on the Garrison, which would do a bunch of damage. Old Reliable does bonus damage to units inside garrisons, but it didn't happen. And for some reason, Seraf not going for that second Kadashan squad, so really he was just really late on dropping his gens. Maybe he decided last minute, maybe he felt like he's doing quite well in the combat and the map control, doesn't need the second Kadashan. Now typically in tier 2 here, what we're going to see is we're going to see the Psyker combined with the Ogrins. That's going to be one of the best combos to deal with the Ordo Malleus. The Psyker provides a lot of utility to support your Ogrins, which themselves are really strong with the Lord Commissar, thanks to the Aura of Discipline. Not to mention buffs that you could get if you get the Power Sword with the Lord Commissar as well. And in general, the Ordo Malleus kind of rely on melee in order to kill things that are heavy infantry or super heavy infantry, like Ogrins. So yeah, having the anti-melee on the Psyker could be very strong, but quite unfortunate there, losing the Lord Commissar. A little bit of a micro error, kept him in slightly too long there, did Seraf. Kadashan Devil should be able to tear through these Purgation here. Yeah, Purged by Fire, not doing enough damage on its own, thank God. The power melee of the Kadashan is bleeding a model, one Strike Squad model falling as well from the Sentinel there. So Pax is going tier 2 as well, and it's going to be instant Psyker. Now I gotta be honest guys, Psyker right now is a little bit OP. There's no doubt about it. Just the damage coming out of the basic attacks is kind of nuts. And the starting snare that he has as well is extremely effective at pretty high range. Probably should not be a starting ability. The starting snare, by the way, actually reduces the damage resistance to melee attacks of any unit that it's snaring as well, so very, very powerful, certainly in tandem with Ogrins, but of course we don't have any Ogrins yet. In fact, Seraf is nowhere near being able to get anything like that. And just running around still with basic Guardsmen. It's going to be the Rhino here for Pax. Now this is a crucial moment in the matchup. You really want, in your first big timing push with a heavy bolter Rhino, to kill the Sentinel. Then that takes out a lot of anti-melee potential because you don't have that big stunning stomp, but also, more importantly even, you prevent him from, the IG player, from being able to counter your Razorback easily by going for the Missile Sentinel. And Pax kind of screwed it up right there. He's going into the base, this is so risky. He might get it, he just needs to focus the Sentinel. Oh, he's not doing it now, he's backing off. Turret there, nearly killing the Sentinel. Oh, Xenos Power Claw as well. See, the Xenos Power Claw's a little bit of AV, but it really weakens your ability to support any Ogrins that you get later on. So I think it's kind of regrettable. You really don't want to get it, ideally. Oh my god, Pax is really messing up his micro here. Why are the Strike Squad just standing in the Psyker attacks? He's eating so many shots with the Rhino as well. Oh, he's sending to rear armor, it's gonna kill it. Oh, the Sentinel misfired! And the Sentinel nearly gets taken out by plasma guns. Wow. Both players nearly losing their vehicles there. That came very close. IED and retreat potentially killing those two Strike Squad models, I assume, since these Kadashans are low. What just died? Another Purgation model. We do have a Psy Cannon now on the Purgation, so that will do good damage to all targets. Sentinel is prowling. Oh, I misfired onto the Purgation. That was a big mistake there. Needs to actually fire at the bloody Rhino. But the Psy Cannon's going to be setting up. Oh, no. Psyker just said nope. Because Psyker's basic attacks ignore cover as well. Ooh, not killing him here though. But the Psy Cannon for some reason... And then the Sentinel gets a direct hit with the bloody crack missiles of the Purgation. So many dead Purgation models. This is so expensive. What was that for? 200 requisition? That's crazy. That's so expensive. Oh my god. And another flare dropped in by the Commissar there, just debuffing the range of all these things. Commissar going up the front, trying to tank. What's this? The ability here from the Psyker. No? No, apparently not. Oh my god, just basic attacks. Holy shit. Combined with a stomp. This is brutal. Why did the Sentinel stop running forward? Oh my god, Seraf, what are you doing, my man? The whole time, Brother Captain just been capping down here. He's actually took the natural VP of Seraf. Kadishan Devil's going to get on that and push forward again. In Tier 1, the Brother Captain will beat the Kadishan Devils if he uses the We Are the Hammer to get the extra splash. But all you do with the Devils is you back out. You don't fight him in melee with that. Now, this is crazy that this is becoming the meta. Running plasma guns on 6 model guardsmen. That's such a power-intensive investment in a squad that has 600 HP in Tier 2. Now, where's the snare from the Psyker? There it is. There's the snare. Yeah, you can see the little red effect there on them. But Razorback drives forward. That's a lot of single-target DPS the Psyker has to get out. And so does the Sentinel. Now you see you've got some plasma guns here on the IST purely to give the IST more damage against the Sentinel. Because they know the heavy infantry to deal with. It's interesting actually that Seraf has such a poor economy. I feel like he's not really been bleeding anything crazy, has he? Like, where's the bleed been for Seraf? But, I mean, there must have been some bleed because he can't afford any Ogrins, and it's been a very long time. I actually wonder, has he been losing models on the Guardsman? Maybe he really does need the Sergeant for the 2-to-1 reinforce at this point. Let's have a look at the pop, in fact. Yeah, he's super low on pop. So his Wrecking Con must be great. Oh, I guess maybe he replaced his Commissar at some point. He's going to lose the Commissar again, most likely to this strike squad. That's on his ass. Ooh, maybe saved by the Psyker? Suppressing these guys, the terrifying visions. Nope. Let's get the Psyker out of there. Getting the courtesies of Wraith. Diviner's Foresight. Mostly just a stat upgrade, to be honest. Switching between health and energy for your abilities is pretty redundant with this guy. You don't generally need to do that. Generally got pretty decent energy economy. I mean, honestly, I feel like Pax was bleeding more than Seraf, yet somehow Pax has more resources. What's going on? I guess looking over here, the BC's just done a tremendously effective job at map control. Yeah, Pax is going to ride this out to Tier 3. Riding out to Tier 3. Ooh, that was a nice retreat path, wasn't it? He really baited us out there. It looked like he was going to run straight through the Kadishans, but no, he just went whoop, see ya. Going to replace the IED that was used there. IED is not so effective against the BC. Got some funky tracers coming out the side cannon here. Looks kind of cool, actually. It's going to rip the Sentinel to pieces in tandem with the plasma guns. Man, they're killing the friggin' Psyker, too. Oh, man. And then the Commissar's falling. These guardsmen should have their sergeants. This is getting ridiculous. The Ogrins are now coming out, but Pax is going Tier 3, so it's not going to be a long time till Terminators. Ogrins can definitely hold their own against the Tier 2 and Tier 1 Grey Knights, but Terminators? It's probably biting off more than they can chew. Well, it definitely is. It's not probably, it definitely is. Map control looking super favoured for Pax right now. Pax absolutely dominating. The inability to take out this Razorback's definitely been problematic. I mean, Seraf is... well, he's obviously screwed that up quite a few times, to be honest. There were numerous opportunities, but a lot of ranged DPS coming out onto the strike squad there with double plasma guns plus the Psykers. And a nasty shockwave ability from the Psyker as well there. That one does do full damage on retreat. Probably a bit too much damage on that as well. I think it's... basically, you got the same damage profile as the Warp Fire ability from the Chaos Sorcerer, which is a bit too much on a sub-commander, I think. Let's see, we got Mind Blades there, the global from the Brother Captain, giving the Strike Squad here more melee skill and more melee damage, but they're getting kind of cooked because they got knocked back initially by the Use Your Head from the Ogrins, and then comboed it into a Terrifying Visions to suppress them. But ultimately, the problem is that Seraf can't actually kill the Razorback, so these guys just reinforce, and they got their Justicar. And there you go, they win the fight, even though they bled loads. I guess Pax's army is just tiny, isn't it? So the bleed is kind of non-existent. This is so weird. Just get sergeants on your guardsmen at this point. This is absurd. I don't know, maybe this is just like a min-max thing. He's just testing what you really can get away with. I mean, it's not helping his wreck that much, is it? Clearly. And he's losing models, so now, you know, this should only be 119, but he's having to pay 19 twice. This is not at all worth it.
The enemy is capturing one of our strategic points.
What's really weird about this game is the tiny pop sizes of the armies at all points, which is super rare in 1v1 Elite Mod in the modern day and age. I'm actually loving this Bugs Tracer on the Psyker, and it looks really cool. Oh man, this is painful. The level of bleed. Oh, he's gonna lose the Ogrins. Oh my god. Oh, what a timely reinforce with the Bonehead! All on his own, using his head. Wow. Holy shit, that was clutch. It's got the aura of discipline to heal those Ogrins, but here comes Paladins, right? Yeah. How the hell is he gonna kill Paladins? A trio of the most powerful Grey Knight Terminators. I think maybe now you get your sergeants. This is not good for Seraf, that's for sure. Holy shit. Honestly, you can probably run this Psyker down and kill him if it wasn't for the Razorback messing up his pathing, and he ditches it. He could totally have killed that. Wow. These guys, it's like they're playing with one another. So many times they could have wiped one another's shit, but they just haven't. It's bizarre. I don't know. IEDs all over the natural VP there of Pax, but probably not going to be that impactful because, as usual, it's just going to be the BC, the naked BC. Running in to deal with that. Are the Ogrins really going to catch the Rhino? It looks like they are! Pax messes up his micro and he lets the Ogrins catch the Rhino. And they take it out. Paladin's getting some bonks in on retreat path, but not really achieving a terrible amount here. Oh, this is vexing. This is vexing at this point to not see any sergeants in the guardsmen. This is absolutely absurd. Yeah, I mean, he does actually a pretty good... Yeah, wow. It's like 200 damage every attack here from the Psyker. Okay, that was less. I guess it only hit one model. It's pretty decent DPS, though, on these Terminators. BC just got taken out by the Kadashan Devils. I'm not really sure what he's doing. With only no upgrades at all, chasing after level 3 Kadashan Devils. Seems like a terrible idea. But the Strike Squad come along with a level 3, can easily force off the Kadashans. A lot of IEDs around. No detector for the Ordo Malleus, their only detector being the operatives. But hey, Grey Knights don't give a shit. Eating IEDs to the face, nothing happening. Where were the mines? Oh, over the natural VP. Seraf flanking with his entire army right now. Pretty smart by Pax to not just retreat through the Ogrins, but to run around this way so he doesn't have to go through the melee. There's a nice shockwave from the Psyker though. Come back, the knockback, then giving more time for the dual plasma guardsmen to open up fire. doing some serious damage, especially with the execute. Okay, we just got a Bionic Eye execute. That is going to be how he's going to take on the Paladins. That could actually work quite effectively. Bionic Eye heals the squad that you activate it on. Obviously, it doubles the damage like any execute. It gives them more speed, and it... What's the other thing it does? Is it suppression immunity or knockback immunity? Let's have a look. Yeah, suppression immunity. But not knockback immunity. And a las turret. Why is he building a las turret? He's against Terminators. A las turret is not a good idea. This is poor Terminator usage. They need to go back and heal. Yeah, you really can't be walking into all this with Plasma and Melter, all of which is very good against Terminators. In fact, they're snared. Not great. Oh wow, the Terminators just don't die, do they? Jesus Christ. There we go, one of them falls. So this ability doesn't require line of sight, apparently. That's, interesting, to say the least. That might be another way that you could nerf this Psyker. Find it kind of hard to justify that not requiring line of sight, gotta be honest with you. Seems a bit crazy. Or Paladins.
The enemy is capturing one of our strategic points.
But Pax does have the Granite Terminators en route. Strike Squad probably want to be heading down this way for the rest of this match, really.
Go ahead, sir.
Because the thing is, IST are not going to be able to deal with Cadishans if the Cadishans are running this side of the map. Oh my god, these mines are actually delaying the IST for so long. This is great. Because the game's actually super even in terms of VP. VP count. Oh, not the best shockwave there. So you've got the Commissar now with his Aura of Discipline and the Bionic Eye. That's definitely going to help out. Oh wow, we've got a medical bunker too? Bionic Eye and the Guardsman. Interesting. Well, let's see. Using the speed here of the Ogryns to disengage, get some more heals in with the Commissar. And Terminators, yeah, probably want to go for the Psyker. Yeah, they are. Why are the Ogryns not fighting? They're trying to focus the Psyker. The Ogryns should be fighting. Basically an opportunity for them to get free damage, but the damage coming out of the plasma guns here, definitely not insignificant. The damage coming out of the last turret probably is insignificant, as you can see on the Paladins here. Piercing damage, not really very effective against super heavy infantry. I'm just wondering, if the Commissar's inside the bunker, does his Aura of Discipline heal trigger? That could be interesting. Okay. Slaughter some Guardsmen. Seraf obviously should have had the Sergeant on them about 16 years ago. And the Ogryns are just going to hide in the bunker. Brilliant. Oh, the last turret just killed a Grey Knight. Okay. And the bunker is actually getting wrecked in melee right now. But Pax is wasting a lot of time dealing with this shit. He's getting an incinerator on his Paladins. That'd be an alternative option rather than having to destroy the bunker outright. Probably should be putting his strike squad in the bunker to reinforce off of it. He hasn't actually took the bunker off Seraf, which seems like a massive mistake. This bubble shield here, I forgot the name of the ability, but it makes the enemy units inside it take more melee damage, and it gives your units more melee skill. So it's going to be nice to buff up the Ogryns. Where is the Commissar? He's in the thick of this, so he keeps healing the Ogryns. The Ogryns are healing like crazy. Why? Oh my god. And Pax just concedes. I'm just shaking my head in real life, guys. This was something else. Why did he not put the strike squad in and take the damn bunker? You've really got to kill the Commissar, or the heals on the Ogryns are going to be insane. Level 3 Ogryns by the end. Oh my god, look at their HP pool, man. So then just think. They heal 16% of their max HP every 8 seconds when only the Commissar is nearby. Absolutely crazy. Seraph running around with 6 model guardsmen for the entire game was quite triggering. It is good in the early game. Look, I'll give you that. It's good in the early game. But I think in tier 2, when you're losing 4 guardsmen every engagement, you probably want to get the sergeant and pay 2 for 1 for your guardsmen reinforced, you know? Well, I hope you enjoyed that one, folks. We don't get to see enough Ordo Malleus or enough IG. You definitely got some here today. That is all from your boy Torpid. I am signing out.